Where's my lights? All right. Sorry about this all. Things went a little haywire. You miss one day at Dodger Stadium, and what happens? There we go. Test, test. All right. And one more light. Okay. Oh boy, where are we at? Okay, here we go. Someone just give me a one in the chat if you can hear me and everything sounds fine. Appreciate that. Sorry. Yeah, I got back and the mic was dead. So it seems to be alive. At least I can hear it. So let me know that you can. Mr. J Rod, can you hear me? We'll get started and I'll see. Okay, we got you. Okay, very good. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you as always. All right, let's get some show notes going here. Lots to talk about. First and foremost, any revenue from this stream for this month of December goes to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Also, should be in the description. Please consider giving to the Dodgers organizational manager and coach, Mark Kurtanian. He is suffering greatly from an illness. It's kind of really, I don't even understand it, but I met him in 2019. Great guy and struggling. All right, so here we go. Oh man, let me get so I can see the chats here. Get the evening. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm a little haggard because I get a little messed up. And just you get in and all of a sudden there's a light not on that needs to be on. So, okay, here we go. All right, let's go here. The big news, of course, is we get the pass and alert today that the trade that was allegedly agreed upon that would send Tyler Glasnow and Manny Margot to the Dodgers for Ryan Pepio and Johnny DeLuca is going to be official. They've agreed to a 5-year, $139 million contract. So that's, I guess, good. Let's see. How long did it take you? Oh gosh. Bruh. Like 3.5 hours. It was awful. I made like a couple wrong turns in LA. You just get lost and stuck. Even with Waze, it doesn't matter. I just got jacked up, man. It was awful. It was really bad. So then I ended up just stopping at a Buffalo Wild Wings and overate a little bit. Ate some crap. It was so bad. So back to Glasnow. So to see that this, it was so funny. Yesterday, as a lot of you knew, I was at the Shohei event, and I'm sitting there talking with Doug McCain, Michael Duarte, and I looked at my phone. A few minutes earlier, Passan had put out the tweet that this trade was happening. Shout out to Bruce Kuntz for being 100% correct on it. And I told them, like, oh, it's happening. And then I went and talked to Kyle Kraska, who's the hero that asked the question everyone wanted to know. What is your dog's name, Shohei? Decoy, whatever. Yeah. And there's a Japanese name that goes with it. And so I went and told him, and everyone's looking at him, going, yeah, look there it is. And so that was happening. JP Hoornstra went, and I didn't even know he was trying to do this. He already saw the news and went and tried to talk to Friedman briefly. Got a brief quote from him. And so it kind of sent everyone reeling a little bit. And, we talked about this a couple days ago about wanting or not wanting Glasnow. And of course, part of my big thing is innings. They need innings. So I'll contend that with this trade, the Dodgers still need 2 starting pitchers. So on the surface, and we don't know enough yet, but Glasnow has elite stuff. and he has ace-type material. He just doesn't have ace-type innings inside of him yet. But he's being paid like an ace. And so on the surface, it looks like an upgrade over Pepio. And that's tough for me to say because I'm a big fan of Ryan. But it's probably true. We don't know in the future, though, because Pepio's still learning, getting there, getting his feet on the ground. So it's a bit of a risk there. But for 2024, Glasnow's the better bet. And then when we found out that that they are extending him, so he's not just a one-year rental, that's good. And then we also found out they're including $4 million, so it kind of lowers Margot's salary point, which is kind of cool. So Margot, instead of being like a $8 to $9 million outfielder, which is like $4 to $5 million, that sounds about right. That sounds about right to me. So I'm good for it, good with it. It's still not official though. Allegedly tomorrow, but we'll see. A little more detail here. In that Glasnow's deal will start this season, so they're 4 years, $110 million in new money. Total deal could get to $145 million if Dodgers exercise a $30 million option in year 5. If not, Glasnow has a $20 million player option. Also of note, there is no deferral money in the deal. So that's a little different than Otani is doing, but we have seems like a really good pitcher. I'm just concerned about the durability, that's for sure. Ooh, man, that's kind of ugly. The background there, jeez. Yeah, my lighting's a little. There we go. That's. Sorry about that stuff. It's a little fuzzy in the background. Sorry about that. Like I said, just kind of had a really jacked up start today. Let me see if I can get it better. Sucks when everything's just not working. Let's see. Is that any better? Yeah, maybe that's fine. Okay, let's roll. All right, let's go back to the start. Here we go. We got some good evening, everyone's. All those good things. See a lot of people on there. Yeah, the trip back was rough, but you know what? It was worth it. To be honest, I left money on the table at work. A lot of money. And so, but it's one of those things where you just go, will I regret not going? Oh man, look at that. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Oh man, that's gross. Yeah, trying to work on the background here. Just not enough light. All right, there. I guess that'll be good enough. I'm obsessing a little bit. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, I feel a lot. Jason Soretti says I feel a lot better about Glasnow after the extension. Yeah, me too. That makes it a lot better. Let's see the original taps. We need Yamamoto badly. Hopefully, we'll find out by Monday. Yeah, it's got to be getting close, right? And we'll talk more about that. But yeah, Isaiah says he's a Dodger or a Yank. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Craig Osterberg nails this. Being available is a talent. Garvey, Drysdale had it. Yeah, that to me that's a big thing. And it's a problem with this staff. It is not terribly available. So I think that is a real live issue. Man, shadows are just jacked up. Sorry, there's my green screen behind. Maybe that's good. All right. Yeah. Hey, Javier. We're just talking about Glasnow. Besides the malfunction. Yeah. What kind of package would it take to get Luzardo? Okay. I definitely have that on the list to talk about. Let's talk about it because that's a guy I really want. We've talked about it a little bit. I want Luzardo really bad. It's going to take 2 of the young pitchers. It might actually take Sheehan, and Uh, that's probably what it would take. It's going to take Sheehan and like a Hurt. If the Marlins want him back, probably would now after what they, yeah. You're good as long as there's audio. Yeah, I agree. And there wasn't when we started. It was before. That's why it was a late start. Let's see. 5-year deal is not bad. Yeah, I mean, not my money. And if he turns out well, that's great. He's got great stuff. And so if he can build on that, try to build some health in. I mean, that is a concern. That's why I still would like Yamamoto and then like another innings eater like Giolito. Go with the 6-man rotation where you'd have, let's talk about it, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Buehler, Miller, Sheehan, Giolito. That way, that 6-man rotation right there. Someone's going to run out of innings and stuff, and so Kershaw maybe in the middle of the year or at the end. I think it'd be closer to the end. Fill in some areas. I hope Kersh comes back. Just as a quick note on that, I'm just checking. See a notification, just seeing if it's anything that matters. Nope, not yet. Let's see. Oh. Just, hey, okay, friend of mine, all right, really nice lady, on Twitter, Claudia Jestro. Please follow her. Please look at her content. She does NHL and MLB. She's a real nice lady. She's been, when I got my first media pass at spring training in 2022, she was a huge help and friendly. No attitude at all. But yeah, she's cool. So please, and that's Gestro, Claudia Jestro. So she's a bilingual, very nice person. In fact, I hung out with her a little bit yesterday on the way in. And we'll talk about yesterday. It was pretty darn cool. Let's see. Mr. John Rod, Bush, Vargas, and Hurt for Luzardo. It's going to cost some more. And throw in another pitcher. Sorry. Eric Kwan, Yarbrough. We got Yarbrough. No one's going to want him necessarily, but he's a good one to have just because he can provide some innings. But he's not a guy that you want to go, oh my gosh, I want to roll him out there every 5th or 6th day. But he's a guy that goes in there and go, oh, well, we got to pull someone after 3, let Yarbrough go 4. Let's see the original taps. If we get Moto, would he be our number 2? That's a great question. I think he's the ace eventually. Yeah, Claudia, let me get her actual handle here. Come on, Tim. It's at Claudia Jestro, Gestro. It's all one word. She's also on, what's that thing called? Instagram. So, actually on Instagram she's a little different. It's Claudia G_BREAL22. So please, yes, friend of mine. I'd like to get her on the channel sometime. She's a nice person, and she's had all sorts of great interviews, because she is bilingual. So she's had all sorts of really cool stuff. I just don't understand when she hablas español because I'm terrible at it. Yeah, she's cool. So yeah, I'm not sure about the thing, but if you're paying Yamamoto like we're talking about, I mean, I'm seeing 10 years, well over 300. Branco. Oh, this is good. You're talking about one of my favorites here. What's your thoughts about young prospect catcher Jesus Galiz? I'm still all in Cartaya. I think they're both from Venezuela. Yes, they are both from Venezuela. And I really am a fan of Jesus Galiz. I didn't even realize how young he is. He played all last year at the age of 19, and I couldn't tell. I thought he was like in his early 20s. So, very mature. Really gained a lot on offense. He was already a really good defensive player. I need to give a shout out to my guy Trinidad. Trinidad, who's sometimes is a co-host, he's been in on Glasnow the whole time while I've been very but he's also bummed we're losing. He's bummed we're losing LaDuca. I'm bummed we're losing Pepio. How about throwing in one of the catchers? Can't keep them all. Yeah, they'll be catch. I think they're going to want 2 pitchers though to give up Jesus Luzardo. So I'm just hoping we keep Sheehan, and I think they're really going to do that. I think the Dodgers are going to do that. Yeah, they have really. If I look at it, the guys. We got Hunter Fiducia at the high. He's the highest level, and I don't know what they think about him, but I'm glad they put him on the roster. That's for sure. But if you go Rushing and Cartaya and Lorenzo and Galiz, those 4 are really, really, really good prospects, and that's too many. I don't know which one goes, though. But I got a sneaky feeling that Lorenzo might be untouchable. I don't know. Galiz is really interesting. He didn't play much DH last year. He caught a lot. He's a really good catcher. He did a little DHing, though, now as I remember. Sorry, Pepio had to go. Should have kept him. Yeah, that was it's just part of the deal if you want to upgrade for next year, and you're getting five years. I mean, they have 5 years of Pepio and 5 years of Glasnow. They said we want 5 years of Glasnow. That's what they said. So there's that point where I go, well, you know what? I'm gonna trust these. I'm gonna trust Andrew Friedman. I think he's really good at his job. Not perfect, but he's really freaking good at his job. That's for sure. Let's see. Where'd my notes go? All right, show notes. And then I think one of the interesting things is with DeLuca being gone, it kind of gives a little bit more of a pathway for Andy Paez. Maybe not this year because they have Margot, but it kind of leaves a little bit of room maybe for him. We'll see. I like that. I don't know how many of you all watched the thing yesterday, the big Otani thing. I got to be honest, it was shocking how much media was there. I thought there'd be a couple hundred. There had to be at least 500. All just 1,000 cameras. Some writers, of course. So that was kind of interesting. I thought the questions were kind of weird. There was that one woman, I think from the AP. She was basically, I understand asking about Tommy John surgery, but then she asked, were you hiding that to, try to make sure that people don't know kind of what you had? It was kind of like, what? She was rude, but then of course Kyle Krasko from San Diego was the hero asking the question about the dog. That's what people really wanted to know. I'm looking on Twitter and going, these are boring questions. And then Kyle asked that. And I met Kyle afterwards. Real nice guy. I thanked him from people on Twitter. And then I got to, afterwards, I got to talk to Joe Davis. So Joe, I go back with Joe a little bit. First met him in 2016. He started to recognize me a bit more 2017. And so, we're acquaintances. I wish I could say, oh, yeah, Joe and I are very close friends. Joe did do a favor for me where my friend Sarah Miller wanted to interview him. She worked with Quakes. And I reached out to Joe, and he granted that. So it was really cool. Hanging out with Joe, he's been really – so I used to be a lot heavier. Joe noticed. He says, Tim, you're looking good, hanging in there. Had a lot of good compliments. And I asked him flat out because Joe's in the greatest shape. I'm going to say this. So when I first met him, it was, hey, to get a selfie and my arms around his waist. Pause. Dude's ripped. Absolutely ripped. Pause. But I said, Joe, what is it? How do you do this? And he goes, never miss. And I go, what do you mean? I just don't miss. I'm exercising every day. He does weights, whatever. And then of course he eats really well. Uses his big green egg to do a lot of cooking. He says they go out, him and his family go out like once a week maybe, and that's the day they really throw down because he says he loves sweets and all that junk. But he's a really disciplined guy, and he is without a doubt the best celebrity I've ever met. And it's not close. And I've met some good ones. They're really nice people. I met Mark Hoppus a couple times at Dodger Stadium from Blink 182. Very kind man. Joe, though, he sees me and it's like we're old friends, even though, like I said, we're just acquaintances. But I consider him to just be awesome. And so we are very fortunate to have him. Then the other one, I don't know if you saw the picture, I got to meet the great Bob Nightingale. And another kind person. I really enjoyed him. My son, a friend of his said, I want your dad to get a picture with Jeff Passan and Bob Nightingale. And Jeff wasn't there, but Bob was. And so he was writing an article, really, an article you read later from last night. It was really good and fantastic writer. And just went up and I said, hey, man, sorry to bother you, blah, blah, blah. And, he took a picture with me. Very kind. I asked him, hey, is it okay if I post on Twitter? Oh, yeah. Just a really good guy. And then, and then after that, we had the Glasnow news breaking. You can see the inspiration of Dodgers get Yama and Sasaki. We'd have Otani, Yama, Sasaki, and Glasnow and Miller, and I think Buehler's gone after 2024. Yeah, we just know that they're all fragile. However, who's your October guy? To me, it's Buehler. If Buehler can come back, I want Buehler back. First of all, he's a Dodger. And, Tim, is there anyone you don't like? I'm not going to say anything. It seemed to like everyone. Well, I do try to find the best in people. But, I look at people who treat me well. It's really easy for me because I'm a nobody compared to all these other people. And depends on how you treat me. How do you treat the lowest? It's like when you were at a restaurant. How do you treat your waitress? Treating her right or him right, your waiter? Making sure that, you're being good to them. That's where I look at it. And so I did not like Lance Lynn in the playoffs, but I like him. I didn't really meet him, but he seemed like a good guy. Let's see, John Rod. What do you think the Dodgers are going to do with Margot? I know we all want him gone, but who would take him? No one's going to take him. I don't think. He's actually a useful player. It's just not. I would like a lot more power from my right-handed platoon. He doesn't. His numbers, his matchups against lefties, they're a little better from. He's better against the lefties than righties. He has been injured, some type of a hip thing. If he's recovered, that might be good. We'll see. I mean, he's not horrible. Let's pull him up. Why don't we do that? Let's be fair to the man. And hopefully he's a really nice guy, right? Manny Margot. Let's take a look at his baseball reference page. 5'11", 180. Let's see. He is 29 this year. Okay, so he turned 29. Born in 1994. And let's see. Free agent 2025, so he's got one more year. Okay, so last year, not the greatest of seasons. I mean, a .6 WAR. Batting in 311 at-bats, 264. Had 9 stolen bases. Let's get some real details here. Ops plus 91. So we're not just going, hey, this is the greatest thing ever. It's not. But it's a player, and I think if he can still play some defense, that's good. He's had. I'm looking for. So his best year looks like Ops plus wise 2022, with his OPS is 700. So there's not much special there. But hopefully, Yeah, good defense, provide some balance. Splits. So let's go splits. We'll go to his 2023 splits. Platoon split. So versus a righty. Oh, this isn't very exciting. Never mind. Hiya. 694 OPS against righties, 665 versus lefties. So I guess that's the price of doing things. The one thing is, hey, remember, the trade's not official yet. Maybe Randy works out somehow in this picture. Let's hope and pray that something happens there. Let's see. Would Dodgers ever consider hiring Japanese WC pitching coach? I don't know. I like what the Dodgers have. They're pretty loaded there, but eventually those guys will, Connor McGinnis will eventually be stolen. That's for sure. He deserves a full-time job with somebody. Mark Pryor probably isn't going anywhere. I don't know. It's a good question. Yeah, Margot has to improve his swing. I don't remember his swing, but I'm just right now I'm going. I'm not terribly impressed. Hopefully he's better, but Ops Plus of 91 is under average. So it's the cost of doing business. They wanted to move on from Margot. They didn't want to pay him all that money. It's just the way it is. It's kind of a bummer for us, but never know. Maybe he'll be good. Okay, Nando. Hey. Oh, excuse me. Jeez. Last night was rough. Yamamoto wants to be a Dodger, but I think he'll take the Yankees' money. Yeah, it's like, I can't fault him for any of it. Would he ever, maybe, and I've heard things, well, maybe he wants to not be in the shadow of Ohtani. Then again, he's good friends with Otani. So it's all these things. Ooh, Hep saying, I hope the Dodgers offer $400 million for Yamamoto. He's going to opt out after the 5th year, so it won't be the full 400. That's a good point. I mean, that sounds like Doug too. Doug been saying stuff like that. The original Taps. Do you think Otani being in the pitch for Yamamoto helped? Why not? Yeah, they had, and also Bobby Miller was in there too, which is cool. So basically, got DeLuca and Pepio for Glasnow, yeah. And then the penalty for us for... Not just kidding. I'd rather be on Otani's shadow than Garrett Cole, yeah. I mean, Kermit. Garrett Cole Kermit. He sounds like him. Listen to him talk. Sounds like him and Jordan Peterson talk just like Kermit the Frog. We've talked about that. Ohtani and Yamamoto had dinner too. Yeah. So... I think someone else said it would be an insult to Ohtani-san if Yamamoto turned him down. Glasnow signed partially because of Ohtani. Yeah, Ohtani was part of the pitch to him to come back. You have to look at it this way. If you're a ball player and you're pretty like Glasnow is, pause. He wants the spotlight a little bit because he can get a lot of extra endorsements. Plus, he's a local kid. So a guy like Glasnow goes, well, shoot, I could be on the Dodgers. Instead of Tampa, I'm going to have 50,000 people watching me every game that I pitch at Dodger Stadium, including my family. I'm going to have celebrities there. I'm going to have extra commercials in, the area of Hollywood. So, and what about for other people? There's a lot of extra money to be made by being a Dodger. Right now, the Dodgers are the place to be. That's the truth. Ohtani is going to raise the level just by what's going on, at least initially. You're going to start raising the level of baseball. It's going to start hopefully coming back up and not being like, second fiddle of the NBA. or third fiddle to the NFL and NBA. It's going to start rising up. Ohtani's a game changer. That's for sure. And him being with the Dodgers, one of the elite franchises in Major League Baseball, looking good in a Dodger uniform. Holy smokes. Let's look at that right there. Where is it at? I mean, you can see him just in his, when he put on his hat and jersey. Then again, who doesn't look good in a Dodger uniform? Huh? Right? So, yeah, he's raising the level up. Players are going to want to be part of this. And some that have a chance, they're going to regret missing out because it's going to change everything. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we're talking about speed. Yeah, DeLuca is very fast. Lux is fast when healthy. Very true. Mike Trout, Loki crying in the basement. I know. How do you think the Dodgers will go for Yamamoto? I think they're going to go very high. I think they really want him, and they know they need him. Let's see. Glasnow is a native Angelino. Yep. Hopefully Pepio doesn't turn out to be like Nathan Eovaldi. Actually, I hope he does because I like Ryan. And so I wish him the best. But yeah, I get the sentiment. We have yet to get Yama because Sasaki wants to play with Yama. Well, the thing is, I guess today was the deadline for posting. He was not posted today. So that'll be next year for Sasaki, but he will be cheaper next year. Benji, Tim, apologies if you answered this, but did Glasnow's extension adjust your opinion on our trade with the Rays? Yes, absolutely did. Yes. Because now we go, 5 years of Pepio versus 5 years of Glasnow. More than likely, based on what we know today, can't project that much on Pepio. Glasnow's a better pitcher right now, and maybe he will be for the next 5 years. We'll see. It's a risk they have to take. It comes down to I'm going to trust the Dodgers a bit there, what they're doing. Glasnow has to be the happiest man on the planet, getting out of Tampa. Yeah, heading to L.A. and getting paid. Then Shohei recruiting him personally. How about that? Well stated, Hep. Yamaloki looks like no, maybe. Let's see. Hotels in downtown are renovating for the influx of Japanese tourists. Probably. There's going to be a lot. Let's see. I watched some highlights of Ben Kasparis. He looks good. What do you think? I like Ben. I do have an interview with him from 2022. Ben's made really good progress. I know he's had some lumps here and there, but I think he's overcoming it. I think hopefully you saw Casey's video of him. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I've been obviously very, very busy. Yet Mike Trout crying in his Newport Beach mansion. That's true. Yeah, Sheehan is so underrated. Dude is nasty. Yeah, but the Dodgers don't underrate him. Let's see. Outfield and depth. Pitching rotation are only needs left. I think so. I think we need two more. And, what's his name? I know y'all don't like it, but Hader is on that list. Who's a Boris client? I'm missing out. I'm getting confused, Eric. Who's that? Oh, Pepio. Right. He is. True that. So there's 5 years of both of them, and they just are making the bet on Glasnow over Pep. It's a reasonable bet. Same time, Ryan's going to go over to Tampa. He's not going to have to worry about having openers and all that. The Dodgers, I thought, just really babied him. Pep. Pepio pitched against a lot of mid to bad teams throughout that good stretch. Yeah, not saying he's bad, but I don't think that second half is who he is. That could be. Not a Rosarino. What other outfield do you like for the Dodgers to either sign or trade for? I would, to be honest, I would like to see Vargas and Bush get a chance in left if they don't make a trade. Rosarino is that's where my heart is. Come on, right? Oh, man. Yeah, right, John Rod? I left my heart with the Rosarina. Let's see. Rob Bart, are you going to any Dodger games this year? Yes. Well, I hope to get press passes, but it's going to be tight. Hopefully they're adjusting the press box. Sal is in the chat. Good evening. Let's see. Yamamoto has a weird pitching motion. I agree. He uses his body into it. Is it because of his height? Maybe, but also I'm concerned about his mechanics. I think there is a Tommy John in his future. You just hope that you can get it a few more years before it happens and get a couple World Series. Yeah. Kershaw is staying very quiet. I hope he doesn't leave. I hope if he does, is Barnes leaving too, and will Dalton replace Barnes? Dalton won't replace Barnes this year. It would be, I'm going to say it wouldn't be Hunter. I would say that go sign Gary Sanchez if you want to replace Barnes and have another good bat. I mean, maybe what we saw in San Diego was an illusion, but he was pretty darn good in San Diego. And then, let's see. God, this thing is scrolling fast. A lot of chats tonight. That's cool. Chat rate's really high. Good. Oh, Glasnow and Yamamoto do have the same agent? Okay, and Sal's agreeing with that? Yeah, okay. But yeah, I heard the Kershaw interview last night on the way home from L.A., Petros and Money played it with Vesse. It was good. Kershaw said a couple things, like a few times he said they when talking about the Dodgers. Then a few times he said we. So I think at the end of the day he wants to be a Dodger. Look at what happened. I don't know if you saw the news today. Max Scherzer back surgery. He won't be back till midseason. Remember, he's a Ranger, so they're counting on Scherzer, DeGrom, and Tyler Mahle coming back in the middle. If they had Kershaw, that's another one. I just don't think that doesn't make any sense. I think it's Dodgers or nothing. He just has to figure out how to rehab, and I think he would like to stay home and rehab somehow. So that's why the Texas thing. But I don't know. Yeah, they would want a bigger package if they include a Rosarena for sure. I'm not giving up hope. Okay. Prize Picks Pappy. What prospects are on my untouchable list? I'm going to try. I try to mind read with what Andrew Friedman thinks. And I think in his head, his three untouchables are Josue de Paula, Yoendris Vargas, and Maddox Bruns. That's what I think it is. All of them have tremendous upside. But there's more, there's more too. I think the Dodgers don't re-sign Buehler. I hope not, man. I love Walker Buehler. He's that October guy. He's got the October gonads. Let's see. Yep, he does go off in postseason, right, Taps? Yep. If I ever get a chance to ask Otani to sign my jersey, I'm going to ask him if I can get Decoy's pop print on it too. Yeah, that's going to be rough. Access to him is going to be really interesting. And I was talking with, was it? Yeah, I think it was Clint yesterday, FRG yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. I did a post game. I did a media hit with him after the press conference, and we talked about that. Just there's going to be a lot of crowd for him. But you know what? Dodgers have had Kershaw and Mookie and all these guys, and it's been fine. The backfield, the whole Camelback Ranch has been very open. But will a few people freak out over Ohtani? Is he like the Beatles type thing? Let's hope not. They better not hurt Camelback in terms of the way that thing works out there. It's so great. What's the process of getting a press pass? Whoo! Part of it is connections. Part of it is just persistence. A part of it is, of course, I have having a site. And working to build the site up, and then like I started first getting a press pass with the Quakes, and I earned that, learned how to be professional and all that type of stuff, and then get Dodger State. I've been fortunate to have that. I ask the right people the right questions is kind of what happened. And so I consider myself very fortunate. Yamamoto, Kershaw make a trade for a right-handed bat left fielder, perfection. Yeah, I do think we need another pitcher other than Kershaw. I'm not counting on him at all this year, but I want him back anyway. What is up with Corbin Burnes? Yeah, Milwaukee is going to wait till all the dust clears. There's no pitchers left, and then they're going to go, oh, Corbin Burnes just might be available, and they're going to rip someone off hard. whatever freaking Glasnow got, it's going to be what they got for Glasnow. It's going to take a lot more than that. A lot more. So, because first of all, Burnes is better. He's Cy Young. He's got more endurance, not a ton more, but he's got enough more. However, he won't be re-signable because his agent, Scott Boras, and he's going to take him to free agency. Hit the like button, folks. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, DJ Jesse. Oh, rumors Padres working on blockbuster deal for Rosarina. Oh, don't say that. That would suck. Just because I'd have to root against the Rosarina so much. Rays fan mentioned Randy Rosarina struggled during the last 3 months at the end of the year. Still really want him. Yeah, I do too. He's just there. Let's see. Okay, Doomsell, thank you very much for this. If you're new to the live, hit the subscribe button, smash the like to support Tim. Yes, please. And then make sure later to go back to Dodgers Daily and do the same for the place that Sal works for. Go also to Real FRG, Clint Pacias. Go to the Bleed Los. There's so many. Of course, Doug McCann. You guys have probably all watched Doug. And then, Locked On Dodgers with Jeff Snyder and Vince Sampaio. I saw Vince yesterday. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, though. Vince is just baseball genius. Benji, Padres unloading salary. Not sure what they're after. Snell probably. That'd be interesting. They need starting pitching. They've lost all of it. Well, they have Musgrove and Darvish both coming off injuries. Great question, Taps, about the Tommy John. So it was 2018, 2019 when Otani had Tommy John, and they said it was Tommy John surgery. He said this one's a much different one. He's recovering a lot differently. It's I don't know the technical term for it. Some type of a stabilization type surgery that they do instead. But whatever it is, he's not going to pitch. And then there was a little thing about Doc saying he's not against playing left field. Don't put him in left field. No. DH, we want him pitching in 2025. Yeah. So, by the way, sign Brandon Woodruff. Let's get him lined up too. I want Christian Yelich and Dodger Blue. I'm a fan. If that would help lower the prospect risk or cost, I would take Christian Yelich. He is on the downside of his career, but if we can get Burnes and give up very little, then that'd be great. Tim replaced Bobby Miller with Pepio in the trade package. Oh, no. Bobby Miller. I'm not doing that. Not at all. I think Bobby Miller is going to be as good or better than Tyler Glasnow over the next 5 years. I'd rather have Yelich than Margot. True. For me, it's just Margot's going to play right. Yelich is only a left fielder now. Tim, just go with me, bro. I have lifetime handicap, and I'll sit in a wheelchair. We can make it through any time. There you go. Yeah, man. Yeah. Rancho, right? Hey, Rodriguez. Late to the party. Happy Friday, Dodger faithful. Yes. I don't care how old or injured Kershaw is. I want to still see him on the Dodgers. I do too. Trade for Lane Thomas. That is a hot take, and I agree. Lucas. Yep. I want Lucas Giolito. Innings eater. They need innings. Pappy says, I really like the Glasnow trade. He's awesome when healthy, and think the thing is a little overblown. Let's hope so. So I found out today, and I didn't know this, that they misdiagnosed his injury. You know, when he had Tommy John, like in end of 2021. So he needed Tommy John way before that, but he was pitching through some stuff. They'd misdiagnosed some stuff. Josh Hader's going for a discount, hopefully. I don't know about a discount, but I still hear that the rumor now that's more of John Heyman. Benji, why is Scott Boras so infamous? Does he play hardball? Has favorites in terms of where he wants his clients to play, etc. I respect the heck out of Scott Boras. I want to be as good at my job as Scott Boras is at his. He takes care of his clients. His job is to do what they want, and if they want the most money, he's going to get it for them. And even if, let's just take a player that said that he wants to just play with one team. Even with that one team, Scott Boras is going to drive up that money. He's really good at his job. If I'm a GM, I'm not a fan in terms of what he does, but he works for his clients, and that's what his job is. So I think he's really good. Do you think we re-sign Buehler? I hope so, please. But I want Buehler to be good. Oh, yeah, I saw that, Dan. Braves got Matt Carpenter from Padres with that Ray Cara kid. And then I saw another thing. They're going to trade Carpenter. Sally, you met Jeff. Okay, game 2 of NLDS. All right. Jeff's a good dude, man. Really like him. Rake and Bake. iCloud Brace. Are you talking about, the brace thing for Shohei? He will pitch 22 in the playoffs. Maybe. UCL brace. Okay. Yeah, it's something like that. I'm terrible with medical stuff. Is Otani going to be at spring training? He will be, yes. He will definitely be there. It's just a matter of how much he plays in spring training, but he says he's going to be ready. Okay, so let's hope. Hope he gets some at-bats so we can see him. But I would, if you're going to go to spring training, frankly, I'd go when I'm considering going, which is the 9th through the 16th, because pretty soon after that, they're going to go to Korea. And remember, it takes like 5 days and all that stuff, so they won't be there that long. And then also, I think the 15th to the 16th is that prospect game. Let's see. Branco, do you know rumors of Justin Turner going to the Mets? I saw that, yeah. Also read a rumor of Belly linked to the Padres and Blue Jays. I hope he goes to the Blue Jays. That will work. I wish we traded Destime instead of Pepio. Yeah, it's just he doesn't have any value right now because he can't pitch this year. Well, they say middle of the year. We'll see. I'm counting on him being in the bullpen. Let's see. I love how people freak out when Ohtani didn't know the name of the surgery. Someone was saying just call it the Ohtani, the Shohei Ohtani instead of Tommy John. It's just saying, yeah, English is a second language, and most native speakers can't say half the doctor's terms. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. There was some clarification from the agent later. Their thing is the scrums over there for the media. There's so many people around it, and I couldn't hear anything. I just walked away. Went and hung out, seeing what's up there. Excited about the Brent Sachs. I'm excited about the Dodgers' upcoming season, but I'm really worried about their pitching, specifically their starters. Yep, need 2 more. For some reason, the front office keeps getting broken pitchers or fragile. Why? Because they're playing for high upside. That's the thing. No one bucks the clean cut policy. Did you see Verdugo? He looks like a baby face. The outfield suspect too. Yeah, outfield though is easier to replace than starting pitchers for sure. You talking about Buehler? Assuming if he's already lifting 600 pounds, he squats like a madman. He's the strongest legs on the team, is my understanding. Dan says, I think Yamamoto coming from Japan wants to travel around the U.S. so he enjoys the courtship, but in his mind he wants to be a Dodger. That makes a lot of sense. So I need to relax. I think he will sign by the end of next week. Yeah, I think he's going to be done by, it's got to be, I think it's by Christmas. I mean, he's ready. He's here. He's ready to go. I think he's not going back to Japan until he's ready to, after that. Tim and I will be back in the backfields. Yep. Come say hello in spring training. Yep. Yeah, I still got to clear it with the wife. I haven't talked to her yet. I'll spring it on her when she's in a really good mood. Let's see. Benji, 100 plus people hit the like. Yes, thank you. Let's get this channel into the algorithm. Please, please, please. Yeah, that one on Saturday night just rocked. Yoshi on the way. Let's hope so. Hepatitis. It was funny to see Nez Balelo talk about the Dave Roberts thing. Yeah, it was. And he also talked, I mean, just talking about the whole Friday, right? With the plane, with this and that. And then the Dodgers, Andrew Friedman saying, we knew we were in it. So, but I think it was the agent said he felt really bad for the Jays fans, and I did too. They got taken for a ride. And, I think lessons learned. Let's hope. Lessons learned for the media. I think they tried, there's apologies and all that. And I talked with JP Hornstray yesterday, not about that. Just he's a really good dude. He definitely carries a different vibe about baseball. We have a lot in common with that because he likes all the different uniforms like I do, and the jerseys and all that. He's sees the beauty of baseball. Great writer. So I'm definitely cutting him some slack. I hope everyone can. Yeah, good guy. And I had met him before, but I just hanging out with him a little bit last night. He just has, he's just a really good guy. But he's got some stuff to overcome. That's for sure. Can you imagine if May gets healthy? Shohei Miller, Glasnow, May, nasty. Yeah, it would be nasty. I just think May is going to be great out of the bullpen, though. How about that? How many more moves do you think the Dodgers need to make? I think they must get 2 more pitchers, 2 more starters. I think that if they do that, it's going to be great. Let's see. You want your wife in a good mood? Buy some authentic Vietnamese egg rolls. I've never had that. That sounds kind of good. That sounds really good, actually. It's not now. I'm full. Nami Hiroshi, since Otani had elbow surgery, that doesn't affect his hitting. They say it's going to be fine. So that's cool. Yeah. So if it was, it sounds like if it was his left arm, since he bats left-handed, it would be a different story. But since it's front arm, they said it's fine. That's what they're saying. So cross your fingers that that's the truth, and he can come out firing and hits a couple of home runs in Korea. Can you imagine if he hits a couple of home runs in Korea? It's gonna change the game. All of a sudden, Korea becomes Dodger fans, even though Hassan Kim is on the Padres. Mitchell, I think the Dodgers need at least 1 more league average bat. I'd like that, yeah, and a front-line starter, preferably left-handed. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about the lefty stuff too much. But I get the fee. I understand what you're saying. It just seems to matter. I'd like to see that. I remember where I was when Nightingale dropped the bomb about Otani being in Cali instead of traveling to Toronto. And I did thank him for the work he did last weekend. He was good. I've read Bob Nightingale for years and years and years. He wrote when it was actually Fish Wrap, USA Today. I might still be Fish Wrap, but you used to get it all the time. And Bob was kind of the rumor guy. He was the equivalent like of Peter Gammons on ESPN. And he was great. I really liked reading him and to be able to meet him. I'd met him once before, just briefly. This time I had a chance to introduce myself and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Dustin May needs to be moved to being closer. I agree, Phantom X. Do you know where the Dodgers are scheduled to play again at Dodger Stadium? Isn't it going to be this year? Because it's every other year. Didn't they? The Yankees came here, right? I'm trying to remember. I just don't remember. But they switch every other year. Dodgers versus Yankees, Field of Dreams. Oh my gosh. Yes. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. Yeah, Lee is a giant. I know. Sweet Jesus. We're going to end up with a reclamation project too. Oh man, Dodgers can't lead the league in reclamation projects, man. They get reclamation projects and then they create some too. That's for sure. I mean, all of a sudden, Tony Gonsolin, Dustin May, Walker Buehler are all reclamation projects now. Right? Let's see. What else did we talk about? Okay, let's talk a little bit more about Jesus Luzardo. Wrong webpage. Timeout. I must admit, I really want Jesus Luzardo. Hey, why isn't this showing up better? Oh, wrong X. Dang it. Sorry, folks. Give me 1 minute. I need to get this set correctly. There we go. So Luzardo, where did that go? Let me grab that. All right. Yeah, it was all of a sudden Luzardo is possibly a trade candidate. What is this? This is being weird. Window capture. Huh. All right. How about that? It's being really silly. Huh. It's not floating with me here. Yeah, at the end of the day, Luzardo is drawing trade interest. The Marlins actually have a lot of young pitching. So I think we talked about it earlier. It's going to take, I think, it's just my opinion, it's going to take at least 2 really good starting pitching prospects, plus a couple more, so it'll be 4. He has 3 years of control. So that's what I think. Let's see. Oh man, everything's going fast here. Let's see. The MLB is very happy that Dodgers did get Ohtani. Now there's a bad guy, and it's great for ratings. My prediction for Ohtani would be 315, 50 homers, and 120. Yeah. Still can't believe MLB put Cubs versus Reds. Field of Dreams. Absolute bummer. Chung, you mean? The Korean for the Dodgers? The one they signed last year? I think that's Chung, not Hang. I don't know the other one, but they will be, yeah. They should be in. He should be in spring training. And I think it'll be pretty easy to get content. Sometimes you just what do? You know what you do, Sal? Just make sure. And I think Casey's really good at this. You hit him up in the DMs of Instagram. It's the best where they're at. Walker Buehler when healthy is better than Glasnow, and Corbin Burns' his strikeout rate is insane. Yeah, I am a huge Walker F. and Buehler fan. Huge. I think he's one of my favorites. I saw that game he pitched in Game 3 of 2018. He's a stud. Just got to get, healthy again. And he did change his mechanics a little bit, so that'll be interesting to watch. What do you think is up with Soto? Should the Yankees be afraid of him leaving? Oh, yeah, they should. He's a Boris agent. He's gonna go as a free agent. But he'll have a chance of re-signing. I think he likes it on the East Coast. Let's see. Sweet one. What do you think? Our pitchers get injured because of the high use of breaking pitches and pitch mix called by our coaching staff because of analytics. There is something to some of that for sure. You know, they're trying to get all that spin, so they're using certain different types of grips. They're also throwing at 110%. Seems like on every pitch. But I think it's not just the Dodgers, but I think it's also maybe the Dodgers. I don't know. I'd like them to actually stretch their pitchers out a little bit younger. But they're going balls out for 4 or 5 innings and that's it. Versus what it used to be, where you'd go 90%, 85 to 95%, and then bring up the 100% when you really need it. I think our pitchers get injured because of how much they throw. I think it's how hard they're throwing. They're trying to throw hard. I think that's part of it. Stack the bullpen so it doesn't matter who's out there. Yes, that's why I'm in on Josh Hader, Mr. Hendricks. I like your last name. Any relation to, the great one out there, John? Just wondering. This is the chance Otani didn't defer all that money for nothing. Yeah, it's true. Hope the Glasgow extension didn't make them pivot off Buehler. We'll see about that. Yeah, I hope not. Yep. That's why Yamamoto should be careful about the Yankees. Soto may leave and Judge is fragile. Yes. And eventually Cole's going to die too. I mean, he's got some years on him now. The only guy in that rotation is Cole. Tough way to stay in winning, especially in the division. What was that? Oh. Benji, I really don't want the Yankees to get Yamamoto. Can you imagine if they have both Soto and Yamamoto on long-term contracts? They're both in their mid-20s. Yeah, it's going to be a while though before they get him. Before they get Soto, they could sign Soto. And Yankees, I don't like the rosters they put together for years. I got a good friend who's a Yankee fan, and I told him, he goes, "Oh, look at all these guys we got." And I said, "This doesn't mix. Team doesn't feel right." I like Glasnow because he's tall like Randy Johnson, but he's not Randy Johnson though. Yeah. Randy is 6'10". I think Glasnow is 6'6", but he gets that good extension. Johnson actually didn't get as much of that, but he was just nasty. Truly one of the nastiest pitches we've ever seen. But yeah, Glasnow gets a lot of good extension, and yeah, so he's getting the perceived velocity is really good. Let's see. Yeah, good numbers tonight so far. We got 845 views. Let's hope we can get up to 1,000. Yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Definitely appreciated. Like I said, any revenue from this goes to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, Children's Research. Yankee Stadium, tough place to pitch to the fans in the stadium. Yeah, it's a different vibe there, man. You go over there and you don't do well, you're getting brutalized. You better be ready for that because that doesn't happen in Japan. That's for sure. If Yamamoto's a smart man, he'll see LA the best places of all. I would agree with that. Giants would also be a good place, to be honest. Their fans don't care. They just want a star. And yeah, if Yamamoto, he'll go there. LA, Japan will watch him. I know, right? And he's every game is going to be on in Japan. Best chance to win. He'll make money off endorsements in Japan and in LA. Mitchell, I'm not a huge hater fan. I know what you mean. Yeah, talented reports of him saying he won't pitch to save his arm makes me question his attitude. They were out of it. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. And they wanted more out of him. So we'll see. Oh, Glasnow's 6'8". Wow. Do I think the pitch clock caused injuries? Oh, heck yeah. Too many guys were way off. I think, to be honest, Julio Urias was one of the ones. And part of it, let's be honest, Julio was too fat last year. He wasn't in shape. He wasn't able to keep up. You need to be fit if you're going to pitch with this stupid pitch clock. And I hate the pitch clock. Dodgers versus Yankees. At Yankee Stadium this year, yeah. Nosebleed seats 70. That's a deal. You're going? Oh, nice. I've never been to Yankee Stadium. I've seen it from like the street, but when I was there in New York, it was closed. I was at Julio Urias' debut in New York, so I was at the Mets place, and Yankees weren't playing. They were obviously on the road. I think we'd be good without Yamamoto. He's just icing on the cake. It would be nice to have, yeah. Most importantly, they need two guys to fill in a lot of innings because Miller's upside's really high, Sheehan's is really high, and Buehler, if he's healthy, is excellent. So technically, I can see where you're at with Yamamoto, but they definitely need guys that can burn innings. And Ellie has the best looking girls. I'll leave the rest alone. Yes, if you straight go to LA. Okay, I would leave the rest out. But I'm leaving the chat, man. Let's have some, it's okay. I don't want to get a strike against you though, right? Let's see. Baddies everywhere, bro. They are. Let's see. Tim, your favorite non-Dodger World Series winner? Cubs winning all after 100 years. No, I was rooting for the Indians. My favorite one. I got to be honest, I kind of like the Rangers winning this time. And anyone who beat the Astros, like the Nationals, was good. Thinking back, kind of enjoyed that 2003 Marlins beating the Yankees. And even the D-bags beating the Yankees. I really, is in 1975, I was rooting really hard for the Red Sox to win. Yeah. And to be honest, first World Series I watched was 1973 with the A's against the Mets. And I was rooting for the A's. That was a great World Series. I was just learning baseball at the time. Let's see. I've had Texas MFers come down and admit they're prideful about Texas. Yeah. They should be prideful, but, good for them. I got a son in Texas, so I like Texas. I'll be there in January. Thank you. Finally, someone agrees with me about pitch clock. Yeah, I hate it. Yeah, Dan, you are a jokester. That's for sure. Yeah, you guys say what you want. I just got to be careful. If I say it, the thing is the algorithm will pick me up and give me a problem. Let's see. Why don't Dodgers target Blake Snell? Yeah, I just saw that they're not. That's a good question. Probably because of the lack of command, or the walks and everything like that. Where in the Dodgers defense isn't as good as the Padres was, so his pitch count will go up even higher, and so he'll be out even sooner. And do you pay Blake Snell, who averages about 5 1/3 innings? Do you pay him $30 million a year? I don't know, but they're going to be doing that with Glasnow. And with Glasnow, just getting him on the field. I've always wished Ken Griffey Jr. got a ring. Oh, no kidding. He's probably in the top 5 just about everyone's favorite players of all time. I know he's right up there with me, him, and Ichiro, Luis Tiant of the last, during my lifetime. And, of course, Babe Ruth for me, Willie Mays. What Dodgers pitchers would be healthy if he end up in the postseason again? Right now, I can only imagine Miller, and that's not something to get excited about. It's not. Yeah, they have to be healthy. Who just won a Cy Young? Yeah, you're right. Blake Snell. On Baseball News, put me on Yell. I'm relying on Yell. Okay. Yeah, so, with Snell, he had a great year. But it's relative. And some of the different numbers, expected runs, certain strand rates, and things like that kept Snell. He had a lot of luck, quote luck, and he had really good defense behind him. So there's that. Rika says, I've been following the Dodgers for over 8 years now, and I always say they got holes when they play in the playoffs. They just don't have reliable big-time players. Yeah, it really showed the last couple of years. I mean, 2020, they were great, obviously. 2017 they got to the World Series and they should have won that thing. 2018 they somehow got to the World Series with a weird team. Our velocity pitcher is the most valuable. Sure, that's what they seem to be valuing now. Hep C later says, "Oh yes, Nola would have been a great, yes, very durable in innings each." Yeah, I wanted that guy bad. I think we talked about that. Mitchell, it's not like the Dodgers let their pitchers go more than 4 innings. Anyways, yeah, kind of feels like a match made in heaven. I just think, yeah, or maybe they just don't like him. I don't know. Snell has as many Cy Youngs as All-Star appearances. Dude is inconsistent. He is inconsistent, but he's been good in the playoffs. I don't know if Snell has bad years. I just think they're kind of a little bit above average, and I think they see regression coming. He does spend a lot of time staying up all night playing video games. That's out there. Then again, so is Mookie. Mookie needs to stay off the video games and be ready for October. I think he will. Mookie's just so darn competitive. He's always got to be doing something. Is that why people say Cole on the Yankees the best? He's just flat out, he's really good. He's just a really good pitcher. Yes, he throws very hard, but he has a lot of good command, good mix of pitches. He's just really good. He just is. Yeah. Yeah, he throws a lot of strikes, and they're good strikes. Gets a lot of swing and misses. Snell gets a lot of swing and misses too, but he led the league in walks also. So a lot of pitches thrown. But like I said, hey, you know what? If the Dodgers end up with Snell, I'm good. I'll take it. But I'm also going to trust Friedman. Friedman's the guy that drafted Snell, I believe. So he knows him. So yeah, I believe he drafted Snell when he was over in Tampa. I might be wrong though. I watched Otani's speech at the World Baseball Classic 10 plus times now. What a leader he is. Well, cool. I hope so. I think he led by example, that's for sure, by his contract, or showing that he wants to win so bad, being willing to help out with recruiting Yamamoto and Glasnow. And I think he'll keep doing that. He clearly wants to win. This is I don't know if you all saw it. He offered, there's 4 teams in the finals for him. It was, I think, the Giants, the Jays, the Angels, and the Dodgers. He proposed the same contract, everything, same terms to all the teams. Angels, of course, said no. But the other 2 teams said yes, but he picked the Dodgers. Probably because of convenience. I mean, his interpreter, Ipe, is a Southern California kid. You got to take that into account. But I think at the end of the day, dude wants to win. How could you not want to win? You know, all of a sudden you got Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and others, coming after you. Amazed to see Otani not even a top 10 pitcher. Huh? But still, top 3 hitter, top 15 pitcher. Hopefully he comes back strong. Angels are so bad, yeah, they're in trouble. I think they'll have a surprisingly good year though, because there's some less pressure with Ohtani gone. It's just kind of a weird thing. Ryan Fowler talked about that. Oh, we just got up to 1,000 views. Thank you. But only 41 likes. Is it true that Ohtani's press conference had more viewers than every game of the World Series last year combined? Yeah, I heard 70 million. Yeah. So let's see if Kershaw comes back. Let's hope so. Oh, yeah. John Hendricks, yes. He chose the Angels because of DH. And they didn't have one in the National League that year. He wanted to be a Dodger. He even wrote an apology when he picked the Angels, or, a thank you, an apology type thing to the Dodgers. He wanted to be a Dodger, but he did the right thing. He became the player he is because he said, I'm doing both. And the Angels were willing to do that. Good on the Angels. They got 6 years of Ohtani. And you could say, well, maybe they wasted it. In some ways they did. And other ways they didn't, because they made a ton of money off the man. But they didn't, as a team, they didn't take advantage of it. Was just so surprised to see that as a new. Are they talking about all time? John? Top 10 pitchers of all, or top 15 pitchers of all time, or since 47? I've seen those things going on. Yeah, let me know. Let's see. Do I have any other topics to cover? Yeah. Real quick. Let's see. Let me grab this. And this has a mention the Dodgers are not interested in Snell. It's John Heyman article. There's Imanaga. Dodgers are showing it also in Jordan Montgomery, and I like him too. Let's get some. Ooh, there's some notifications out. Let's see. Did anything happen while we were gone? Let's see. Yeah. So, an interesting day for the Dodgers today, obviously. And, got Sal on Twitter using drones. All right. I've been wanting to play with those myself. Last year, yeah. I hear people say that players nowadays are better conditioned, but then how come most starters can't even get past 5 innings? Pitchers seem like it's more durable back in the day. They were more durable back in the day because of the way they threw. They didn't throw 110%, it seems like, on every pitch. There's such a change in philosophy. Pitchers' velocity is getting to the point where pitchers are throwing harder than their bodies can sustain them. I remember when my son, my youngest, he was, I think, 12, and he was small. He was about 4'10", but he threw 66, something like that, 64 to 66 miles an hour at the time, as being 4'10". And his pitching coach says, he's throwing harder than his body can handle, which was interesting. So he grew up, he grew up pretty quick. Within a couple of years, he put on like 8 inches or something like that. But yeah, they're out throwing what they can do, and it's a concern. Trout's been Glasnow lately. Yes, really bad, huh? Just an option. Branco, I have to digress from Dodger news. What are your thoughts on Pete Rose? It's okay. My thoughts on Pete Rose are that there's a death penalty in baseball. If you bet on baseball, you are suspended for life, and there's no going back. There's no appeal, no nothing. He bet on baseball. He's gone. They shouldn't let him back. Now, if they want to change the rules, they can change the rules. But the rule is, and rules are, if there's rules, they all sign up for it. That's the rule. So I would keep him out of the Hall of Fame. But if they change the rules, they change the rules. But that's the one death penalty, not steroids, not anything else. Everything else, you bet on baseball, you're gone from baseball. Really enjoyed watching him and hearing him talk about baseball and his concerns during the MLB playoffs or World Series a couple years ago. Well, the guy knows the game. He really knows the game. Great player. Hustle. Charlie Hustle was his nickname. I watched a lot of him when I was growing up. Hey, gosh. When he last played, like 86. So I was just graduated from college then. So I saw him for, play quite a bit. In fact, he was my first major league game was in 1973, and he was on the Reds. Yep. Okay, you were looking at the ESPN rankings. Okay. Ooh, Tommy John surgery is where they, like, so if you're a righty like Otani, this is what he had like in 2018, 2019 or whatever, they actually take a ligament out of your opposite throwing wrist and put it in your elbow because the ligament's toast. And that's what they do. That's Tommy John. And it takes about 14 to 18 months to recover from. Yeah, so it takes a while. And sometimes not everyone recovers quite well. A lot of guys have trouble throwing the ball like they used to in terms of command, control, command. Is it true Bonds is a Hall of Famer level hitter before he got on steroids? Yes. Dude is an MVP level player. He got on steroids he got jealous of the attention that Sosa and McGuire were getting. That's what it sounds like. Benji, I think so. He was awesome in Pittsburgh. Yeah, he was really good. Do you play professional baseball? No. No, I was a scrub in high school, so. But I did bat 500 in league my senior year of high school. I went 2 for 4. Tim Worrell, no. But we had Tim Worrell and Todd Worrell. Todd Worrell was the Dodger, right? And Tim Worrell was the Padre. I think that's right. Yeah, I think I'm right. But I could have it backwards. Do you remember, like, his parents had a jersey, a split jersey, half Padres, half Dodgers? I don't know if you remember that. That was kind of cool. If you're a parent, man, you're all about your kids. Shoot, man, my youngest was in T-ball. He was a Giant. A homie was sporting a freaking Giants hat. I still have it somewhere. I never wear it. That's for sure. Yeah, no, I only dreamed of playing professional baseball like most of us, but yeah, they're so good. I played, we're going to play on a mission trip, and we're going to play in, Guadalajara and another place. Can't remember what off the Mazatlan. And I actually batted against a guy who had made it up to AAA as a pitcher. I struck out on 3 pitches. I didn't see any of them. I just wanted to get out of there. Is Tommy John like the Achilles injury in basketball? No, they actually can come. They've got the Tommy John surgery coming back, so a lot of guys do come back. And it's a smaller muscle than the Achilles, I believe. Not a lot of people come back from the Achilles, but more and more players starting to die due to medical. Yeah, they're getting better. Yeah. Yeah, Otani is. They say it's not Tommy John, but it is something where they put some type of a little UCL brace in there. I'm not a doctor. I'm a Dodgers fan because my first team in T-ball was the Dodgers. Oh, that's cool. That's sometimes what it is. Todd played for Dodgers mid to late. Yep. 64 now. Wow. Now, he was on the mound during that blown call in the World Series for the Cards. The Dodgers added 2 more solid starters and a solid left fielder. Would you say the upcoming Dodgers team is the best if they end up winning it all? No. I really thought 2020 was their best team. That was a fired-up team. The depth was really good. All their starting pitchers were homegrown. Bullpen was deep. They had a solid lineup. Their only platoon was Jock Peterson, usually with either AJ Pollock or like Taylor or something like that. That to me was an amazing team, and I think they were geared up to win that thing because of what happened in the offseason between 2019 and 2020 with the whole Padres thing, or not the Padres, the Astros thing. Yeah, so but I think they could be really good this year. I'm just worried about them being a little too top heavy. We'll see. Yeah, Todd Worrell was the closer for the Cardinals and Dodgers. Yeah, his first year as a Dodger was rough. He got better though. Time does fly. Boy, you're not kidding. Aside from Yamamoto, what's the next move you want to see? I'd like to see Giolito, Imanaga, or someone like that. Another person that could throw a lot of innings. Resign Keyshawn. Wait, who's Keyshawn? All I could think of is a wide receiver. What am I missing? Kershaw. It's like Keyshawn. I don't know if you ever saw it. A few years ago, there was a sports reporter talking to people on the street, talking to this one young lady and asking her favorite player. Her favorite player was Crenshaw. She said it a couple times. Look it up. In fact, when Kershaw goes to Starbucks, the name he uses is Tony Crenshaw because of that, because of her. Yes, a little too top heavy for sure, but that top is something. Yeah, it is, man. Like Dolly Parton. No on Gio, he wasn't good for the Angels. But I think part of that is just getting messed up, being traded. He's a very creature of habit. He lost his coaches and everything, so I think a spring training will help him. Yeah, that's just an option, as he's saying. Gio needs a season with our pitching staff. Yeah, with our pitching coaches. They're really good at what they do. They are really good. They're not perfect. They couldn't save, what's that guy? Syndergaard. I thought they were going to do better, but it didn't happen. Excuse me. It didn't happen. But yeah, I'd go for Giolito. But yeah, I'd actually prefer Imanaga, but he's going to be more long. It's funny. Yeah, Kershaw needs to say I agree. Dude's a legend. I mean, he's on the Dodgers Mount Rushmore. Plus, I like collecting Hall of Famers. I even liked it, even though there were less in 2021. Of course, they had Kershaw and then Betts, but then they also had they had Albert Pujols for a lot of the year, and they had Max Scherzer. I really like that. What I saw though, I still remember this. I remember when Pujols was cut by the Angels, and I'm like, oh, the Dodgers aren't going to do that. And then all of a sudden they signed him. Me and my son went up that night to watch that game, to watch Albert Pujols in a Dodger uniform. And I saw Scherzer throw I saw his first start. It was against the Astros. And my wife and I were there for that. And I ate 11 cookies that night. We had the suite through Bank of America, and I literally had 11 cookies, and that doesn't count brownies. I had to do some extra exercise. But they saved Lance Lynn, home run income. Yeah, with that, they just didn't have enough time to save him. That was, thought they might, but it didn't work. They did make Andrew Heaney serviceable again. Yeah, because he went to the Yankees and got destroyed. Dodger offseason last year was so rough. They made a hype trailer for Syndergaard. I know. I really believe if Buehler and Glasnow stay healthy and pitch to their potential, no team will beat the Dodgers. I think, yeah, it is a big if, but there's a lot to, yeah. He can win more rings, yes. Legacy isn't over, correct. Everyone seems to be talking about Yamamoto, but not a single peep on Imanaga. Wait, I just said it. What makes the two Japanese pitchers so popular opposite in terms of popularity? Because they're saying that Yamamoto is an absolute ace. Doug McCain says he's heard probably number 2, but Imanaga is a lot lower than that. He gives up a lot more homers. That's one of the differences. Yeah, Yamamoto, yes, won the Best Pitcher award 3 times. In fact, Sal's probably gone now, but Sal wrote an article about him. He's been very plugged into all those Japanese pitchers. Yeah. Yeah. So tomorrow, hopefully we get some news. and hope I'll get on as soon as I can. I don't, I'm trying to watch when other guys are going because I don't want us all going at the same time. I want everyone to be able to watch, be able to have separate times to watch things like that. Because we got there you are, Sal. Yeah, it was Yamamoto. What could you answer in what you think? Why Yamamoto is regarded so much better than Imanaga? Let me know. I get one of the things is home runs. I think another is let's see, Japanese players that come and yeah, and that's good because they're getting better as a league and development and all that stuff. They're doing a great job. Maybe different nutrition type things too. Japanese have different diet, but then again, they probably live longer than us. Saw a pretty cool social media post that played a video from 2008, 2009. What was that, the Dodgers? They had some good players back then, just a lot of heartbreak. A lot of heartbreak. But that's the Dodgers. Lots of heartbreak. I'm going to see if there's anything going on. Okay, let's see. Game between the Diamonds and Diamondbacks. Yeah. Oh yeah. They were expecting, Maddox versus Randy Johnson. Instead, got a matchup of Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw. Yeah, that would have been 2008. Because Scherzer was traded after that year to the Tigers. Yamamoto has a better pitch mix, lower CRA in the NPB. Yep. He does allow home runs. I could go on. Okay. Yep. Tim talking to people yesterday. What feeling do you sense the people in the org have in terms of getting YY? Are they confident? Yeah, it doesn't walk. Yeah, I thought so. I didn't get a chance to talk to people in the organization. They were kind of standoffish and had, 100 people around them when they were talking. So I don't really have a feel. I think he's coming. I think the Dodgers really have said we want this guy. And when the Dodgers want a guy, they're usually pretty good at getting him. But, we'll find out. If they want him, they will get him. But if they go, we want him, but we want him at a price, that's fine. Then they won't get him. Because the Mets or the Yankees are going to go overboard. Or the Giants even. They all have money. I think if it's close, though, I think we're going to get Yamamoto. You think so? Yeah, I think so too, Aaron. I don't know. I mean, I think probably us normies, we look at things this way. We go, well, $300 million for 10 years versus $330 million for 10 years. Well, we should go Dodgers, right? Because that's his team he likes, and he's got players on the team he likes. And I don't know if he knows anyone on the Yankees or the Mets. Well, you got Senga over there. So there we go. Hit that link that Sal sent up if you want to read about. I'm betting it's about Yamamoto. There you go. Thank you, Sal. And you'll find that his real name is Mike. Yeah, I remember when I met you, Sal, or Mike. Was it 2022, right, at Rancho? And you go, hey, my name's really Mike. Or something like that. I go, okay. This is a good question. Is it just me? I've never seen the Friedman and the Dodgers so aggressive, and I love it. Yeah. Yeah. I think Mr. Friedman is very, very unhappy with what happened at the end of the year. I think he's ashamed. And so I think he realized that now's the time. And, Freddie's 34 this year. So there's a few more years of Freddie. Mookie's going to be getting a little bit older as we go. Hopefully Kershaw comes back and we can have a parade for him in 2024. He knows Walker might walk. You're welcome for that one. Am I worried if the Braves land Cease? I'm always worried about the Braves. They're good. That's a really well run organization. They're very good at Freddie is in his prime, but how much longer? The Braves are really good at taking advantage of minority players to get them to sign to long-term contracts for cheap money. And so is Mookie. Yes, he is. Mookie is really in his prime. Glasnow is going to be in his prime. Ohtani's in his prime. Outman's getting older. He'll be in his prime. Will Smith's in his prime. Gavin Lux is, I think, rising. Max Muncy might be on the tail end of his prime. If he drops 30 pounds, it makes all the difference in the world. If he drops 30 pounds, all of a sudden he's a much better third baseman. Let him play. Let's win. Let's win for those guys, right? AB. I wrote an article on, Roki Sasaki. Yep. Just find it. Yeah, do a search. And which you could Roki Sasaki Dodgers Daily in Google. You'll find it. By the way, Casey and we texted a little bit yesterday. So hopefully we get a show, something going pretty soon. I think we're going to do it after things settle down. We could really kind of go through what happened with all the trades and moves. And Clint was on his show tonight. Clint Pasillas was on his show. So that's cool. I like all that. Let's, getting each other on the shows and stuff like that is really cool. Yeah, Roki's getting 103 miles an hour. Yeah, I love it. I love velocity. I'm a velocity junkie. All right. Well, folks, I am going to log off. Let's see. I'm going to throw this tweet up just because. Let's end this on a good one here. Just on some optimism from our guy, the Infinite Dodger. I really let myself get convinced we were getting a Rosarina. Feel as let down as when the rumors came out literally last minute the Dodgers could get Cease the trade line when we ran up with Ryan Yarbrough. Say what you want about a Rosarina's defense. Is WRC plus for all outfielders the last couple of years, top 10 in baseball. That's not the way to end it. I thought it was more optimistic. Let's find an optimistic one. Oh, yeah, Shohei Ohtani's profile picture. So you have the three people with a guaranteed 10-year contract. Well, Walter's the owner. Friedman is not going anywhere because of this man's contract, Mr. Ohtani's contract. Anything else? Hello. Gosh, some stuff gets on my channel. And this is all supposed to be just baseball, but stuff gets in there. Larry Bird's grandson? Oh, my gosh. Yeah, all sorts of crap on here, so... All right. Last check. All right. We're done with the internet machine there. Let's go back here. And let's see. What do we got? Sal's got the corner market. He's cornered that market on the Japanese pitchers for sure. That's awesome. Yamamoto gives us that extra needed to compete in October. I hope so. What are your thoughts on Imanagas? We don't land Moto. I want him. I mean, he's definitely a nice plan B. Oh, my man is back. Mr. Bob Nightingale. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, I do Dr. Pepper Zero. A lot of it. Mr. Nightingale has seen me drinking that stuff on the internet machine. It's definitely my jam, or as the kids call it. And saw Bob was on. I think you were on the chat. Yeah, you were on the chat yesterday when I was on with Clint, which is cool. Yep. Yamamoto can't say no to Shohei. I know. That was one of the things I saw, Mr. Classic, that it would be a sign of disrespect. Remember, he's only a few years older, but Otani is his elder. So we'll see. 7-0 is good too. Yeah, a lot of these zeros are good. I really like them. We do. My wife and I like A&W Zero for caffeine free. Yeah. Yep. I shouted you out on that too. That's right. My memory is so clouded from yesterday, Bob. I swear, man. Yeah, it was good. It was really fun being with Clint. It's just we're getting out there. We're working with each other's channels, and it's really just trying to get all these all of us rising and taking really taking advantage of all the stuff going on. A lot of new baseball fans and stuff. Sota is a number 3 to 4 starter. He would be a good pickup being a left-handed pitcher. Yeah, and he'll throw some more innings too. He's healthy, right? They need that. Healthy pitchers are good. Dodgers got a lot of broken ones. A lot of broken ones that are coming back. A lot of broken ones that might be back for one broken one that's not even signed with them at the moment. So, but you got to have some healthy ones too, because it seems like every pitcher really is breaking a lot more, which sucks. But I think Imanaga is another guy that I don't think he's throwing 100 million%. What are we saying about our third base depth? I would really sign Kiki Hernandez back because I think we need defensive help in the late innings. Muncy can do his damage in the first 7-8 innings, and after his last at-bat, get Kiki Hernandez out there for defense because Mr. Muncy is about 30 pounds overweight. All the NBB pitchers are durable. Are they all doing? Hey Sal, do you know if Yamamoto was throwing on a 6-man rotation or a 5? Also, a lot of trust being hung on Lux and Rojas there at short. Yep. Yeah, the good thing is we know Rojas is a really good defensive player. Lux, we're just hoping he can get all that range back and everything like that. Yep, the Athletic is saying Shohei wooed Tyler Glasnow. Yeah, it didn't hurt. Players are going to want to play there. They're going to want to go, I want to play on the team that has a guy like Otani, because it's going to be, Dodgers are going to be on the spotlight a lot. There's a lot of extra money to be made past your contract. So, the advertising, just to have that same uniform on that Otani has is a big deal. I like it. The Dodgers are kind of the new evil empire right now. See, Sal, that's where it's at, isn't it? 6-man rotation averaging 7 innings. Sounds like a real plan to me. I've only been talking about it since 2019. I think there's more people catching on. Hopefully the Dodgers do. Let's hope so. Hey, howdy, Steve. Signing off real soon, but thanks for joining at the last minute. Does that lead to a Rosarina? Why the pick with Shohei? I don't know, man. I think he was trolling everybody. I want Randy so bad. Gotta love that guy. Plus, they need some more Mexicans. They only got one. Half of Barnes, half of Kelly. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is out there. I wonder, for left field. Yeah, I don't know. They're not done. We'll get the Glasnow trade announced tomorrow morning, it sounds like. It doesn't sound like they're dangling Randy, other than someone heard the Padres are going after him, which would suck. I think the Dodgers probably made a play for him, but I think they know a Rosarina I would really, really like, but they know they need the pitching. It's indisputable. So I think they're making sure they get the pitching before they finish the rest of that. Oh, Luis Robert. I wonder what's going on with that guy. Do the White Sox want to hold on to him? They're going through a rebuild. And I think by the time they're done, yeah. Does Kyle Hurt make the opening day roster? I think he does. Out of the bullpen, though. I haven't really. One of the things I want to figure, I want to get a tool so that we can like put all the names up on the roster and then move them into roster spots. Because you got 13 for pitchers, and then we could break them up, starters and relievers, and then you get 13 for the position players, and just be able to move things on the board, see who's left off the board. Because the bullpen is getting pretty darn loaded, but Kyle Hurt's stuff's so darn good. I want to see him. I get the Rays want a lot for Randy, but what is Randy's relationship with Shohei? I don't know. Well, they were both in the World Baseball Classic. That's what it was. Robert's cheap. Yeah, in terms of salary, yes. In terms of players, it's going to cost a lot, but the Dodgers have a lot of prospects that are blocked. They have 4 catchers in their lower areas that are so good. And they still have, like Hunter Fiducia. Also, we'd have to give up Cortaya. Yeah, maybe Hurt. I know. Yeah, that's part of it. It would take a lot to get a Rosarena because he has 3 years of control. Or Robert is all that control they've got. It would take a lot. But is it worth it? I think it might be. They have to look at that. They got too many prospects that are jammed up. You can't keep them all. You got to trade some of them. It's just you got to make sure you keep the right ones. So hopefully they're keeping the right ones. I am concerned about Pepio, but in general I'm going to trust them. But still, same organization that gave up Yordan Alvarez. So and let Corey Seager go. Yeah. We've gone, how long have we gone? Oh my gosh, 1:46. So I do need to get some sleep. Should be getting on sometime tomorrow. We'll talk about the final trade. Hopefully something else pops up. I think someone said it earlier, Monday for Yamamoto. That sounds about right. He's been meeting with a lot of teams. Now he just needs to think about it. What does he want to do? If he flies back to Japan, we'll see. To be honest, dealing Pepio hurt. Yeah, I agree. And traded Pedro. Yeah, that was a long time. That wasn't under this regime, but oh my gosh. They traded Pedro, Beltre. Well, they didn't trade Beltre. They let him go as a free agent. They let Piazza go, or traded Piazza, traded Paul Konerko, all within less than 10 years. Or close to it. No, Beltre was after 2004. So within 11 years, 3 Hall of Famers and 1 Hall of Very Good. Ouch. And I think Corey Seager is going to be a Hall of Famer. I hope he is. I got some of his jerseys. He better be. Pepe has a Clemens vibe. I don't know about that. That's interesting. Ryan's really nice. I don't know about Clemens. Yes. Yeah, it's for Yamamoto, it's actually January 4th. For Imanaga, it's January 11th. Yeah, they have to make up their minds. You're very right. They have to do that. So January 4th for Yamamoto. And Air Jordan, yep. And then January 11th for Imanaga. If they don't make up their mind, they go back to Japan for the next year. I don't think they want to do that, especially Yamamoto. Right now, he has the best opportunity to make one of the top pitching contracts of all time without having thrown a pitch in the Major League Baseball. Which that's the one thing that does scare me. It's just that feeling, So yeah. All right, folks. 11:24 for me. Thank you again, everybody. Sticking around. Yeah, we're making improvements. If you have thoughts, ideas, let me know. I'm wide open for feedback. I know someone wanted more stuff on prospects. He doesn't like this format, which is fine. We'll be doing more prospects too. Got to start lining those up. We're going to wait until all this stuff dies down. Probably another outfield position or second base will be next. All right, thanks everybody. So you guys are awesome, and have a great weekend, everybody. Get your shopping done if you haven't, or if you're gonna do it. We usually just give experiences, travel, so things like that is what we give each other. We got enough crap, and I buy enough crap, especially for this. Want to make this podcast better and better. All right. Well, thanks everyone. As always, God bless and go Dodgers.